Step right up, folks. Don't be shy. DJ Sugar Bear, reaching for the sky. You're locked into WDRA YouTube Radio, where the drama is bold. Get ready for a story, finally told. This your boy, DJ Sugar Bear, back in the house, on the ones and twos. And man, what a ride we just had in part 1. Genesis. Can you believe it? 25 years later, Mark Jones, JD, LLM, back in North Shore, and ran right into Sarah Hernandez. That reunion was thicker than a double-shot espresso, full of unspoken history and undeniable heat. Mark's rocking the Colonel stripes, Sarah's still holding secrets, and that tension? Off the charts. The episode's core revolved around Sarah's betrayal, her pregnancy with David's child. Mark's world shattered, leading to his 25-year military exile, a desperate attempt to bury his heartbreak. We also saw Sarah's solitary struggle, raising their child alone, her unsent letters a poignant record of her turbulent inner world and lost love. The episode concluded with Mark's raw, venomous rage. Fueled by a cousin's revelation that Sarah and David had been together for 2 years, Mark's pain ignited a fierce resolve. He vowed to surpass David, to rise above the humiliation, and to never look back at the hellhole or those who wronged him. His enlistment became his escape, his path to forge a new future, leaving his broken past behind. You feeling that drama? That's what we do here on the Drama Network. This is where new school YouTube and old school soap opera radio have a baby. And trust me, this baby's got sass. Welcome to your ultimate destination for gripping, serialized stories that dive deep into the messy, passionate, and often scandalous realities of human relationships. You're tuned into WDRA YouTube Radio, where I, KC Saga aka DJ Sugar Bear, guide you through intricate plots bursting with love, honor, and devastating betrayal. From hidden affairs to shocking revelations, our daytime operas will keep you on the edge of your seat, just like the classics you grew up with. If you crave stories where trust is broken, loyalties are tested, and every twist leaves you wanting more, you found your new obsession. And speaking of twists, you ain't seen nothing yet. Get ready for what's coming next. Right after this, we plunge into Part 3 Whirlwind, where things get even more intense. You do not want to miss a single second. So, stay locked in, hit that like button, subscribe to the Drama Network, share this with everyone who loves a good story, and leave a comment to tell us what you think. Let's go!
It was Friday, August 14th, 2015, and Mark had been in town for 2 days. While he hadn't spent any of those days with Sarah due to her work schedule, he couldn't shake her from his mind. As he sat in the airport terminal, waiting for boarding instructions for his flight to Virginia, a wave of second-guessing washed over him. He had set the sale of his mother's house in motion, signed all the paperwork, and his realtor was diligently seeking a buyer. But Mark was fighting a battle between logic and his heart.
Okay, Google, call North Coast Realty.
North Coast Realty, we keep it real.
This is Colonel Jones. May I speak with Reverend Richard Smalls? And by the way, is that your new slogan?
No, but anything to turn the boss red as a beet. Who knows? Maybe it'll grow on him. Hold for the Rev.
Reverend Richard Smalls, North Coast Realty, you already know we keep it real.
Rev, I need to keep it real with you. I don't want to sell my mother's house. I've decided I'm going to stay in town. I'll renovate. After all, it's the largest property on the block, 8 full acres.
Mark, I have a great deal for you. The client is right in front of me. Listen, just consider the deal. I am headed to the fax machine to fax the deal to you. At least look at it first.
Then Richard went to the fax room and sent the fax, but he also grabbed his cell phone and sent Mark a text. From Richard, I could not tell you this in front of my boss because the investor buying your house intercepted a message meant for you while you were out. The priest left a note on your door while you were out of town. The investor walked on your porch and knocked on the door to see if he could buy the property, realized no one lived there, and saw the note. The priest at the Catholic church down the street from you is looking for a hall where they can hold their bingo nights, and they need offices for their church staff. The investor was going to fix up that old barn in the back of the property for a little of nothing, turn it into a hall and office space. They're willing to pay $12,000 per month to rent from you. Just send back a fax saying you're going to keep the house because you're going to move back home. I could not tell you this in front of my boss because the investor is his buddy and he was going to be splitting the commission with me. And it's a terrible offer.
Text to Richard. Thanks, and I will turn down the offer and cover for you. Thanks. My mom said you always looked out for her. Thank you. Okay, Google. Call Captain Chauncey Miller, attorney at law.
Colonel, great to hear from you. A bit of a surprise, though. What's up?
So, are you and your dad still looking for a fourth partner?
Why, yes, we would love to have you on the team. You're rated as a top 5 defense attorney in the country right now. I bet you don't even remember the last time you lost a case.
Of course, I remember. And the answer is, I still have an unbeaten record. And if I wanted to join your team, is the ticket still a $300,000 buy-in?
Yes, sir, that's the number.
Well, I've got one more call to make, but count me in.
Well then, it's official. Welcome to Miller, Hampton, Miller, Jones. Okay, I'll tell Dad later. Bye.
I need to cancel my flight.
Okay, sir, let me have your ticket. Okay, sir, restocking fee is $175. We will refund the rest to the card ending in 1522.
Okay, thank you, good sir. Okay, Google, call Steel Town Coffee.
Steel Town, Sarah, can I help you?
Hey, Sarah, it's me, Mark.
Hey, Mark, what's up, darlin'?
Are you off work yet?
Yes, I am. What's up?
Well, I'm coming to take you on a date.
I love when you take charge.
I can't help it. I'm a colonel after all. See you in 20.
Sarah, as the phone hung up, thought he's supposed to be on a flight to Virginia in the next 30 minutes. 24 minutes later, Mark's sleek black BMW convertible pulled up outside Steeltown Coffee Shop, the top down. He strode in, his gaze immediately finding Sarah. Their date was a nostalgic journey. First, they drove to the local park with the top down, the late afternoon sun warming their faces as they talked and laughed. They rolled up their pants and waded in the cool creek, the years melting away with each shared smile. Then they stopped at Sarah's favorite ice cream parlor, a place her dad, rest his soul, used to take her after church when she was a child because he could watch them make the ice cream right there. They indulged in their favorite flavors and reminisced about teenage crushes and dreams. As dusk settled, they arrived at the pop-up carnival that had temporarily set up on the edge of town, the vibrant lights and sounds filling the air. They rode the Ferris wheel, stealing kisses at the top, and screamed with laughter on the tilt-a-whirl. Mark, with a determined glint in his eyes, played every game, his competitive spirit ignited by the desire to win a prize for Sarah. Finally, after what seemed like countless attempts, he triumphed, winning a giant, fluffy stuffed dog that barely fit in the back of his convertible. Later, they parked by the pier, the moonlight casting a silvery glow on the water. They sat in comfortable silence, holding hands, the gentle lapping of the waves the only sound. He turned to her, his eyes filled with a tenderness that made her heart flutter. They leaned in, and their lips met in a kiss that was both familiar and brand new, a culmination of years of unspoken feelings. As their lips touched, a sudden burst of fireworks seemed to erupt in the distance. Strangely, they couldn't see any actual fireworks, but the sound was undeniably there. When they finally parted, breathless, Sarah's brow furrowed slightly.
Mark, weren't you supposed to be on a flight to Virginia this afternoon?
I stopped to sale my house. Made arrangements to join a law firm here in town. Now I just gotta win back the girl of my dreams. In Virginia? Sarah, you are not in Virginia. And if you're not in Virginia, then frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn about Virginia.
Baby, I am all yours.
As Mark dropped Sarah off at her doorstep later that night, a comfortable silence filled the car. Sarah thought, tonight felt like a dream. Could it really be happening? Mark is back, and those feelings, they're even stronger than I remembered. That kiss, it felt like coming home after a long journey. Mark, watching her walk to her door, felt a sense of peace he hadn't experienced in decades. Seeing her laugh, holding her hand, it was like the world had color again. Staying here, for her, feels like the only right thing to do. Virginia can wait. My heart is here. Their next date took them to the Starlight Drive-In, one of the last remaining in the state. With the top down on the BMW, they snuggled under a blanket, the classic movie flickering on the giant screen. The night was filled with a comfortable nostalgia, mirroring the dates they had shared as teenagers, a sweet echo of a love that had never truly faded. They were, in those moments, the happiest two people on the planet. After these dates, Mark knew his heart was irrevocably tied to North Shore, to Sarah. Mark wanted his proposal to be a moment of profound significance, acknowledging their shared past and the future he now envisioned. Knowing Sarah's love for his mother's cooking, a skill he had honed since childhood, he chose Culinary Canvas, a rooftop restaurant that rotated slowly atop a 6-story building in the still beautiful downtown area, offering a panoramic view of the city. His mother had been the best soul food caterer in the county, and he had learned from the best. In college, he even minored in culinary arts, a testament to his passion for food. For the right price, Culinary Canvas not only provided a private room for their dinner, but also the services of a sous chef and 2 assistants. This would allow Mark to showcase his culinary skills, preparing a meal that was both personal and exquisite. The dish he planned to prepare was her favorite, lobster bisque, a recipe passed down from his mother, a symbol of comfort and love. As Mark worked, expertly directing the sous chef and waitstaff, Sarah watched, her eyes filled with a warmth that mirrored the setting sun over the city. She talked softly, reminiscing about their shared history, her voice filled with a quiet joy at this unexpected second chance. She wasn't helping with the cooking, but was thoroughly enjoying the intimate spectacle of Mark creating this culinary experience just for her.
Sarah, coming back to North Shore, I didn't know what to expect. Seeing you again, it unlocked something in me, a part one thought I had buried under years of duty and distance. But what I've realized, what these past few days have shown me, is that what we had was never truly lost. It was just waiting. Before everything changed, before life threw us on a different paths, you made me a promise, mi amor, a promise to be my wife. And if my memory served me correctly, that promise also held the sweet dream of a family, of holding our child in our arms. Sarah, I built a life for myself, a good life, but it has always felt incomplete. Coming back here, seeing you, it feels like I finally found a missing piece. I can offer you security, comfort, a life filled with love and laughter. We could live in my mother's house, surrounded by the echoes of our past, the foundation of our future. And I can build my law practice right here, in the place where our story began. Sarah Hernandez, I love you. I have always loved you. And I remember the promise you made to a young, hopeful boy all those years ago, the promise of forever. Will you honor that promise, mi corazon? Will you do me the immeasurable honor of becoming my wife, of allowing me the chance to finally build a family we once dreamed of, a dream that feels more real now than ever before?
Tears streamed down Sarah's face, a torrent of emotions, relief, regret, and an overwhelming sense of joy. The weight of the past and the radiant possibility of a future she had long surrendered to fate washed over her as she watched Mark, the man she had loved then and loved still, his eyes filled with such unwavering devotion. The aroma of the lobster bisque, a scent of home and comfort, filled the air around them. "Yes, Mark," she whispered, her voice trembling with emotion. "Oh, yes. 1,000 times, yes." Mark's heart swelled with a joy he hadn't felt in decades. He reached out and gently cupped her face in his large hands, his thumbs brushing away her tears.
Ego ti amo amore agape, he murmured, his deep voice thick with emotion.
Wait, is that French? What does that mean?
No, mi angel, that's Latin. It means, I love you with an agape love. It's God's love. It's the highest form, unconditional. A love that seeks not its own, but yours.
Agape, oh Mark. Hey Superman. I guess I've got to marry you now. You do everything. What's next? Leap over a tall building?
Only for you, mi corazon.
He slipped the ring onto her finger, the diamond catching the soft light.
Forever, Sarah. Forever, Mark. Yes, forever.